Hi guys, welcome back to Vintology by Lola. Yeah, I thought I'd show you this one too. Okay, so I made another, well, I guess you'd call it another portfolio, a fold out made out of file folders. This one is a mini version. This is only my second one, and I'm not as happy with this one as I was with my first one. I thought that it would be a great idea to just choose the theme, so I thought I'd choose flowers. Little did I know that it was going to be very difficult to take one theme and try to fill an entire book with just one theme. So be gentle with your comments because it was really hard to do just flowers, okay? So anyway, I will share. I did some seam binding. This was old seam binding that I just crinkled up, and I just wet it down and dried it with my heat tool. And I did not adhere it because I thought that would be kind of fun. Okay, so here goes. And I only say here goes because, do you know, when you're not really happy with it, you aren't sure how other people are going to react to it. But I thought, well, I'll show it anyway, because there have been so many people who have been doing so much show and tell during this pandemic. And I thought, you know what? I have been working on stuff, and I have been doing all sorts of fun stuff. And I kind of feel like when people say squirrel, I quick try something new and different because there's been so much fun stuff out there. Anyway, back to this. I'm sorry, I'm all over the road. But I don't know if anyone else feels like that. It feels like I haven't talked to anybody, so I'm just talking. Okay, so here it is. Here's the first page. I started with a clock, and I started with a clock because it had a flower on it, and since flower was the theme. And I did a flower lace, and I did some cheesecloth, and I did a doily, and then I put a little Tim Holtz spinner on it to make it cute, and then I put Wish on it. And I got this from My Porch Prints. Really cute. She has some cute little words and stuff. Flip it open, and I did a postcard because it had flowers on it with the little lady. And then this was one of the pieces of paper that I actually turned into vellum. And it was just a freebie online, and I shrunk it down. And I thought she was really pretty, and with the flowers and the roses, and then I put more flower up there. And actually, I just glued her down. And then I glued her down, but then I glued her down, but I kind of made it so that you could put stuff inside of her. So inside of her. So it was kind of, I mean, she's glued down, but then it had a little flip thing inside. And so then I put little flower cards in. And some of it's Tim Holtz, some of it's stuff that was printable, some of it's online. So I just did a whole bunch of little flower things. And then I used one of Tim Holtz's tiny little attachers, and I put that in there. Okay. And then this goes like that, and then you flip it open. And on this side, I just did My Porch Prints, and this was like a dictionary page, and I just put a flower on here, and I just put heart and soul, and I thought that this would be really cute to just leave it if you wanted to put something on there, if you wanted to write something on there, put a picture on there, whatever, something cute. And then this one flips open too. So on this side, this is all my, oh, by the way, I should tell you that. It's all My Porch Prints, okay? And this one, I did this lady, and with the flowers, and I just put glittering in the sun, and I just put some little lace down here, and then here are hook gloves and Dreer's little, I just love these little prints. And these prints, gosh, I am going to say that these were printouts, and I think they were, I want to say that they came with, oh, they might have come with one of her stuff with My Porch Prints. I don't remember exactly which one of her lines. And so I just put those in there. And so I decided to combine the white and the ecru, and I kind of like that together. Then this one, I decided to do more of a collage piece so that you really would not be able to put anything down. So I did the feather, and I did, oh, I'm going to say that this was old. Oh, this is old, like, no, not Graphic 45, even older than that. Not that Graphic 45 isn't old, but old ephemera from Archivers, like an Archivers package or something. This is Tim Holtz. This is Graphic 45 pieces. And then just some seam binding. This is some of Tim's words. And then I did this little pocket thing that if you undo this seam binding, it's kind of like an accordion thing, and it opens up like this. And then I just put a bunch of Tim Holtz tickets in there. And I just thought that was kind of cute. So it comes out like this, so you can do that, but it's glued down. And then it ties. And I was just trying to think of something kind of different to do. So I did that. That was kind of fun. Okay, and then on this side, I used a piece of old ephemera, and I don't know where I got it from. And then I used an actual library card from my school, and it said sunflowers, which was perfect. And it was an actual library card from the school. And I used one of Tim's, one of his ephemera pieces of his line, and I used one of his pieces, which is actually a sunflower, which I thought was perfect. Then you close that up, and then it flips down. And I did a big envelope and put flowers up here, and I did one of his roses, and I did a little tag down here. And this is more from My Porch Prince, and it's one of her postcards. I just stuck that in there. And put that in there. Just like that. And then this folds down. And make sure I'm in frame there. And then I just did a little pad of paper with fiber paper. I don't even know what the paper's called, where it's got the fibers in it. And I did a little lace, and I did another Tim Holtz, one of his charms, and I just glued that up to the top. And then I did a corner pocket, and I did lace on the pocket, and I did one of Tim's flowers. I did more cut aparts, and these were pieces that I had. These were just pieces of ephemera that I had, and this is a poem about flowers, and this was another piece from My Porch Prince. I did that. And then if you come into the center piece here, this I did a flip out pocket, and this was, oh, who was doing those? I think it was Firefly Studio, or nope, it wasn't. It was Trace of Sparkle. She was taking some of My Porch Prince, and she was doing little ephemera. And so I had made some with some of the ephemera, and I had just used this, and she was using lace and words and garment tags and buttons, and so I put that on, and then I put a little pocket with a little note that had flowers in it, and I just did some more postcards, and I stuck those in there, and I put one of Timmy's old, oh, it's a paper clip that has a number on it, that's an old one, and stuck that in there. And then if you flip it over to the other side, it's got a bird postcard, because I was running out of ideas, guys, so I thought, okay, birds go with flowers, so I started doing birds. Okay, so then I did the birds. And then someone had sent me some beautiful ephemera that had some women in it, and so I decided, okay, I can probably put some women in too for flowers, that'll work too. And then Renee had sent me some beautiful ephemera too, and this worked well. The green worked well with the pink, so I put that on there with the flower. And then I had this huge tag, and I have no idea where I got this. None. Just it was in my stash, and it worked out really well that it was flowers. More of My Porch Prince. I love that dictionary page with the flowers on it. I just love that. So that all closes up like that. Bring it down here. And then this page is a flip out, and then I decided to just do some lace buttons. I distressed this a little bit because it was really bright pink for Hobby Lobby's ribbon that looks like the vine, but it was really bright. Then I took this, this was Renee. Renee had sent me some beautiful prints, and this was perfect. I put some of Tim's washi tape up there, flip it up. It's got a bird print back there, and that was just to write some notes. I put a little envelope back in there, and then I stuck another bird print from Tim in there. Like I said, I was running out of flower ideas, so I thought, okay, well, birds work well with the prints, and they happen to have this very light pink background, which worked really well with it. And then this flips out on this side, and I did just these little calling cards that I don't know who they're by, because I think they're by Jilly Bean, and they're really old. And they had a whole bunch of traveling words on them, and adventure was calling worked really well. And I made a little envelope, and I had put just a little picture in there, and I glued it all together, and I just took an old fabric button and some lace, and I just made it like as a tuck spot, and put some more Timmy stuff in there, some old Timmy stuff, old Timmy ephemera, put that in there. I think it's old Timmy stuff. If it's not, someone can tell me. But then on this side, I was running out of ideas, so I turned this one into a little tiny policy envelope, and I just put, it looks like an old calling card, and I just put that on the outside, and then I took this measuring tape frame and put that on the outside, or the inside, and thought it would be cute to put like a garden picture in there. And then I found a garden ad, like a garden advertisement calling card in there, and thought that was so cute to stick in there, and thought, oh, that would be cute, so take a picture of your garden and put it in there, and then here's the little card you bought it from, was from this little hardware store. So I thought that was cute. That was my thinking. I don't know. I was trying to, at this point I was like, flowers, flowers, flowers. Okay, so then this opens up, and then I had made these little note things, and I had originally had little pictures of ladies up there, but I had this little ticket, teeny tiny little ticket, that I think was my porch prints, that had flowers on them. So I quick put a flower on top of it and thought that was really cute. And then that just flips up, so you can put a little note on there. And that was Timmy's, and it was really thick, and I just ripped all the cardboard off and made it really thin. And then in the center here, I made this more of a focal point. And so I just took one of his captions, one of his tiles, and again, I took the cardboard off and made it really thin, and took one of the prints, and I can't remember if this was Tim or my porch prints, but I took this and just stressed the heck out of it up and put some really cute, someone had given this to me. Someone said it was very old and vintagey, and they thought that I would like it, and they gave it to me last summer, and I am using it very sparingly. This very sweet little bow ribbon or trim. It is so cute, and I have very little left, but it is so sweet with the little bows. And I did it in a glassine bag, and then I put this in, which was so cute, with the little birds, and then I took some of the paper and backed it with the birds. Thought that was so cute. And I had put behind it, I had kind of tried to lift up the bag a little bit by putting some cheesecloth, pink cheesecloth, and then I did a really pretty applique over here with the pearls and stuff to just make the page look very pretty, very feminine and stuff. So I thought that was kind of pretty, because both of these pages were kind of distressed and stuff. So I was trying to make it look real pretty. And so then you flip it over to the back page here. And the back page is, I had done, I had taken a cardboard heart, and I had taken some of my porch prints, and I had covered it, and then I just took a satin flower, and I had taken some lace and some tulle and some pearls and some buttons, and just kind of doiled up a heart to make it a pocket, a tuck space. And so then I made this, and I added another little, just some little ephemera that was more Tim's, and used one of his heart clips and stuck that in there. And then this was more of Timmy's, this bird, which was birds and flowers. So I did okay there. And this was just, you know, the silhouette of the, oh, I'm having a brain fart again, guys. Of the, well, you know what it is. The ladies, I want to say silhouette, but I know that's not right. Anyway, you know what it is. Then I put pearls and buttons, and I took vintage lace behind it and stuff. And when you open it up, I have one big pocket in here with vintage lace, and I did a little bit of tatting, and it just has one big envelope in it, and I just filled it with a bunch of little of ephemera and stuff, and figured you could put pictures or notes or whatever you want in it. And I was gifted these little handmade flowers by someone, which was very, very sweet, and I decided to use one of those. Then on this side, I did just a little postage pocket. This was part of an envelope, and I just cut it down. And I did the Friendship Garden poem in there. And then I did another little, just really sweet vintage floral, and that was Tim. And then I just went around it with some of the Nuvo, so it looked really kind of cute with the rose. Then on this side, this was in a swap that somebody gave me, and I saved it for the little brown pocket. And then I just put a flower on it, and then I just put a tag in it like that, and then I just put seam binding and stuff on it. So that is my second junk journal. And like I said, be kind, people, because I am not as thrilled with this one as I was with my first one. And I did, like I said, I did not know that it was going to be as hard to do one theme or to do one subject matter. Especially when you're just kind of going through your stuff and you're just starting to gather up stuff. I wish I would have known. I wish I would have said, like, when I did women, it was really easy to just do women, because you could do any women, and you could do lipstick and shoes and anything with women. It made it very easy. But doing just flowers, that was kind of hard. So I think I should have done like butterfly, flowers, and birds. It would have made it much easier. So let me know what you think. If you have any other feedback or suggestions for the next time I do it, I am more than willing to take suggestions, ideas, comments. Let me know. Like I said, just be kind, okay? So if you took some time to stop by, thank you. I hope you'll come by again. I have a couple things I want to show you that I've done, and I will do those in the next couple of videos. So until then, I will chat with you guys later. Hope you are faring well with this. Hope you are staying well. And I will talk to you sooner than later. Thanks, guys. Bye.